Good day. The name is Richard Dako. You may find me on YouTube as Richard Dako or Nana Kwesi Ajiman. You might as well call me Ammonia. Yeah, you can find the channel. The channel is Ammonia 84 or Richard Dako. If you go on YouTube, you type in Richard Dako or Ammonia 84. You might as well find me. I'm talking about the AFCON as I have been doing. And today too, I'll be talking about Tunisia and Nigeria. The two Eagles, the Super Eagles of Nigeria versus the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. They are playing today. And do you know that both teams have walked off in the match against each other? Tunisia versus Nigeria. Nigeria walked off before, and Tunisia also walked off before. I will get into that. The details, I'll give it to you. The first meeting between the two sides dates back in 1961 when they contested the two-leg tie in qualifying for the 1962 AFCON, AFCON of Nations hosted by Ethiopia in 1962. So Nigeria won the home leg 2-1 with Patrick Nugapo scoring both goals. Yeah, and the Tunisian goal was scored by Ali Kibi. Ali Klibi, I don't know if it's Kibi or Klibi. Yeah, what I know is Ali Klibi. Or, yeah, I don't know if it's Klibi or Kirby. He got the lone goal for Tunisia in a 2-1 defeat. In that game, the return leg ended 2-2, right? But Tunisia were awarded 2-0 when Nigeria walked off in protest of the referee. So the 2-0 that was given to Tunisia allowed them to qualify for the 1962 AFCON. Nigeria didn't qualify because they walked off. They abandoned the game. Yeah. Nigeria and Tunisia have a long-standing rivalry. They met in qualifying for 4 different World Cups. Yeah, 1978 World Cup, 1982 World Cup, 1986 World Cup, and 2010 World Cup. Qualifying for 1978, 1982, 1986, and 2000 qualifiers. Nigeria and Tunisia met. I hope you're following me. Tunisia and Nigeria met in 1978 World Cup qualifier. The first leg ended in a 0-0. Yeah, they were in a group with Tunisia were in a group with Nigeria and Egypt. So it was a round robin that they have to play. And the first leg in Tunis was 0-0. So Nigeria were in high spirits, knowing that the game in Lagos, they would dismantle the Tunisians. Right? However, tragedy befell Nigeria, the Super Eagles, when they were defeated 1-0 by the Tunisians. Yeah, they lost 1-0 to the Tunisians, and then Tunisia qualified for the 1978 World Cup. They couldn't believe it. It was just marvelous. Yeah, Tunisia, after meeting and qualifying for 3 consecutive World Cups ahead of Nigeria, that is in 1978, 1982, and 1986, Tunisia and Nigeria were drawn together in 3rd round of the qualifying for South Africa 2010 FIFA World Cup. This time around, Nigeria drew both. Nigeria and Tunisia drew both games, 0-0 and 2-2 in Nigeria. They drew 0-0 in Tunisia and 2-2 in Nigeria, and Nigeria finished ahead of Tunisia in the group stages to book their ticket to the World Cup. So, and the AFCON. Yeah, Nigeria and Tunisia have met 6 times previously in the AFCON, with Nigeria winning 3 and Tunisia just 1 win. Yeah, 2 games have ended in a draw. Nigeria have won 3, Tunisia have won 1, and 2 games ended in a draw. 2004, the draw includes 2004 for Tunisia and 2006 for Nigeria. I hope you're following me. The first meeting just in the AFCON was in 1978. Yeah. The game was 1-1. Remember, I told you about it before when I was talking about the history of Tunisia in the AFCON and history of Nigeria in the AFCON. The game ended 1-1. It didn't end, but it was 1-1. The Togolese referee, Michael, Michael was the referee for that game. And Tunisia walked off in protest because they believed that the referee was in favor of Nigeria. So CAF awarded the 2-0 victory to Nigeria over Tunisia. Remember that. The two sides met again in the opening match of 2000 AFCON, with Nigeria winning 4-2. If you remember Jejo Okocha, he scored 2 goals in that game. Victor Ipeba also scored 2 goals in that game. And Adel Selimi, he scored 1 for Tunisia. And Zubi Baya also scored 1 for Tunisia in the 4-2 defeat. The coach for Tunisia, is the current coach is Sami Trabelsi. He featured in that game. The 4-2 victory Nigeria got over Tunisia. Sami Trabelsi, the coach for Tunisia, was in that game. He participated in that game. Yeah. They also met in 2004 with Jejo Okocha again scoring for Nigeria before Khaled Badra. He also equalized for Tunisia. Yeah, and then on penalties, it was 5-3 to Tunisia. In 2006, the teams met in the quarterfinals, that is Tunisia and Nigeria. Victor Obina scored for Nigeria, right? And Karim Hagui equalized for Tunisia in a 1-1 draw. Both games ended in 1-1 draw. Yeah, and Nigeria won 6-5 on penalties. They met in the third play playoff in 2019 AFCON, with Nigeria winning 1-0 thanks to an early goal for Victor Odium Igalo. I don't know why I keep mentioning Victor Ipeba. Their most recent meeting came at the 2021 AFCON, where Tunisia won a run of 16 encounter, 1-0 with Recep Maxeni scoring the only goal in the 47th minute. So that is Nigeria versus Tunisia for you in the AFCON. They have a very long-standing rivalry, very strong. They have played 21 times. Previously. Nigeria have won only 5 matches. Tunisia has won 6 matches. Remember in the AFCON, I told you Nigeria has won 3. Tunisia has won 1. But overall, they have met 21 times, with Nigeria winning only 5 times, Tunisia winning only 6 times, and 10 matches ending in a draw. Nigeria won 1 penalty shootout in a game in 2006, and Nigeria won 1 penalty shootout in a game in 2004 when Tunisia hosted the Cup of Nations. Of course, they also won it in 2004. Nigeria walked off once in 1961. Yeah, 1961. Remember, in the qualifying for 1962 AFCON, Nigeria walked off in protest of the referee being favoring Tunisia. And Tunisia also walked off once in 1978. Remember 1994, Tunisia 1994. Nigeria won its second AFCON. Nigeria won the first one in 1980 when Nigeria hosted the competition. And for the second time, Nigeria won it in Tunisia. Yeah, in Tunisia 1994. So that is a little bit of history for Nigeria and Tunisia, which is coming off, I don't know which time, in I think 20 minutes or less, the game will kick off between Tunisia and Nigeria. So I'll end it here. My name again is Richard Darko. You can find me on YouTube, Richard Darko or Ammonia 84. Thank you.